Hey there, long time no see. I'm Lucas and today with a second look on the Fotga A50-TLS. Basically today we will look at a firmware upgrade that was released or wasn't really released, but we get to that in a second. My videos tend to get very long, so I don't want to waste any time. Basically, what this new firmware does for us is it adds us waveform and vectorscopes. In the case of the A50-TLS, we have three types of waveforms. The first is our normal RGB parade, where we see each individual RGB channel next to each other. The second is a YUV parade and a total spectrum, so we see the Y, so the luminance, as well as the UV color difference channels in one big waveform. And the last one is only the Y channel, so only the luminance in a large scope. I think there's only one way to show a vector scope, and this one is integrated so we can put it on or off. Both of these scopes are fixed in their position, so we can't move them around. As it is expected, both of these scopes work past the LUT that we applied. So when we activate the LUT, we see the waveform through the LUT, so to say. Another upgrade that I think is worth mentioning, but was already released last year even, I think, is the new high brightness mode. Basically, this new mode enables this monitor to show a vastly brighter image than before. So instead of like 400 lumens or nits as it was before, we now get around 700 to 800 lumens. How is this possible? To say it a bit diplomatic, at the peak brightness, these monitors usually don't show the best color representation. And the high brightness mode basically gives you an all-in on the brightness. Basically, it's pumping out everything it can and giving a crap about color accuracy. Especially now that we have waveform and vectorscope in the monitor to properly judge the exposure and color balance. Sometimes seeing something or more is better than seeing it accurate. So this doesn't transform the monitor that we have into a high brightness monitor, but undeniably it does give us a better feature set. The stock brightness on a D65 wide point sits around 450 nits, as you can see here. Once we switch, the gain in brightness is very noticeable and reads around 750 nits, but only with a significant raise in the wide point as well. However, looking at the actual results, it's not that the new white point or general color reproduction becomes unusable. It's just noticeably more blue. So there's one question left. Why do I have this firmware and why is it not on the official Fotga website, at least not at the point of this recording? So I was talking to Fotga the other day and they sent me this firmware to check out. And I was blown away that this is just a firmware update they put out for free, out of nothing, so to say. And then I asked them when they will release it, and they said, yeah, you can just release it. And I was a bit confused because why should I do it? And eventually they will put it on their website, but for now you can download it from me, wherever it is. I really don't get it, but I don't mind. Of course, I'm only a stranger from the internet who tells you all these nice things. And do upgrade your firmware on your own risk. I have to emphasize this. I have no idea if this firmware will work on the other versions. I have the TLS version with SDI and HDMI and everything. So I don't know if this firmware will work on the smaller versions. I really can't test it. I have no idea. So only do this if you're confident. I can only recommend it to you, but of course I understand if you are not trusting me and don't want to put your monitor at risk. Upgrading the firmware, on the other hand, is super simple. You just have to use a USB flash drive. Make sure it's formatted to FAT32. Then just copy the firmware file that you downloaded here into the root of the USB flash drive, put it into your monitor, head to the Systems tab in the menu and activate the firmware update routine. This may take a while. Now the firmware is upgraded to the recent version, so this version 3.03. Yeah, as I said in the beginning, long time no see. I wasn't very active the last few months, and the global pandemic of course had an impact on that, but it's not everything. I had a lot of going on in my life. So I have planned a few videos to come out. Let's just say the future looks bright. So have a nice day, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.